Hello everyone and welcome back to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. Now there has certainly been new developments. The voodoo cult has infiltrated the police station and Malia Getty.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
She did indeed. Malia Getty has been, well, is sometimes occasionally possessed by the spirit of Tetelo, who 3, 3, 3 and 3.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
This is Gabriel Knight. Can I speak to Wolfgang, please?
Ja, Herr Knight. Einen Moment bitte.
Gabriel, it's so good to hear your voice. I had such a dream last night.
There's a good reason for that, Uncle Wolfgang. We need to talk.
Gabriel fills in Wolfgang on the events of the previous evening.
It's even worse than I thought.
We have to talk about what I should do.
Okay, so we can... Oh, seems like the kind of the cloth bit at the top of my mouse mat or mouse pad is coming loose.
Well, from your description of the ritual last night, I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary Loa for the Getty tribe. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. You remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's Loa during the killings in Charleston. This sounds similar, but Tetelo has obviously become a much more powerful Loa than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power of the talisman.
Makes sense, and...
Let's talk about the talisman.
I myself have only seen it in old sketches and paintings, and in my dreams. It was in the family for centuries before Tetelo took it. It is believed to be as old as the role of Schottenjäger itself. The talisman has genuine power. I don't know how or why, but it is so. The Schottenjäger swore to use the power for good, never for evil, for defense, not offense. We've been searching for the talisman for years. It's a terrible thing to know that something powerful that was entrusted to us is in the wrong hands. With the talisman, Tetelo has all the power and we none. The only possible way to fight her is to regain the talisman. Then we will at least be on more equal footing.
Okay.
How can we regain the talisman?
The talisman is probably buried with Tetelo's remains. That's what gives her Loa so much power. To find the talisman, we must find her remains.
Okay. So...
How would we find Tetelo's
a bit of the old grave hunting then.
We have pondered that question a long time, we Ritters. There are two probabilities. The first is that her remains are with the tribe in New Orleans. The other is that the remains were returned to a sacred place near the tribe's original homeland. We've tried to locate Tetelo's African homeland, but Gunther says so little in his journal about her tribe, and slaving records are practically non-existent. As for the other idea, we had no clue that Tetelo's people were in New Orleans until now.
Okay, so...
What can you tell me about Schottenjägers?
Oh, shadow hunters.
Of course, I sometimes forget how little you know of the family, Gabriel. I never understood how Heinz could allow his sons to remain ignorant. But now is not the time for that discussion. Schottenjäger is really two words in English, Gabriel. Schotten means shadow, and Jäger means hunter.
Shadow hunter?
Yes, shadow hunter.
Yes,
We Ritters
shadow
have been
hunter.
Schottenjägers for many centuries. No one is sure when it began or how, but we have records of ancestors as early as the 13th century fulfilling this role. Some believes that the role was given us when... but such fantasies cannot be of use to you at the moment, Gabriel. Most people are completely blind to the fact that evil does exist. Shadows of darkness, spirits, vampires, witches, demons, these things are real. It is to their advantage that the world has become so scientific, so cynical. But we know they exist, Gabriel, and we hunt them.
How do we hunt them? And why?
Why? Because it is our duty. As for how, that is something you will have to learn. But it's not easily explained over the phone.
Right, well then, the African
Let's discuss
homeland.
the possible African homeland.
All right. Have you learned anything that might help us locate it?
I spoke with Professor Hartridge, unfortunately for him. He thinks the tribe's name was Agri, and that they live near the Fawn tribe in what's now called the People's Republic of Benin.
This is incredible, Gabriel. I must go research this new information in my library right now.
Wait, what should I do?
Stay low. If you get a chance, you might look into the possibility that Tetelo's remains are somewhere in New Orleans. But don't
New
try
Orleans.
to approach their private areas without my assistance, Gabriel. You will make a fine Schottenjäger, but only if you are not dead.
Sure. I'll wait.
Goodbye then, Gabriel. And remember, if you need a place of safety, come to Schloss Ritter.
Okay, so that is certainly a thing. Okay, so the possibility that Tetelo's remains are with the Geddy tribe in New Orleans. Right, well, let us have a...
Today's news.
Today's newspaper requires you to operate it. Yeah, fuck it.
Times dated June 24th, 1993. There's nothing about the voodoo murder case in the paper today. Gabriel finds a humorous tidbit under the Life is Stranger Than Fiction column. Apparently, there were reports of ghosts in the Bayou St. John last night. Various people called the newspaper with stories about hearing strange noises and seeing weird lights over the swamp. Some folks claim it's a ghost of Marie Laveau. The paper relates it to similar delusions that crop up every Halloween. Gabriel knows better. Gabriel's horoscope today reads, "Wise is the warrior who knows when to fight and when to get the hell out of Dodge."
God help me, I'm actually starting to listen to this guy.
It is true that the horoscopes in this game are clearly written with, you know, some level of premonition, possibly even a deadly premonition, which incidentally is a game I did quite enjoy.
Gabriel hears the faint sound of breaking glass.
Damn.
There's broken glass on the floor. Someone's broken the light in here. No wonder it's so dark.
Right, let us have a look. So Celeste, Geddy, Kisila, okay, Helena, Cecile, Helena rather than. Okay, Osiric.
This wall is covered with decorated skulls, an ossuary shrine to some of the Geddy ancestors.
Ugh, I hope no one ever builds me a shrine like that.
The drawer is locked.
I think I know what happened to the men in the family now. Huh. Some of these look loose.
Let's see, John, Alim. That says Tetelo, doesn't it? Huh. Okay, so there, and there.
Nothing.
No? Is it the other way around then? No, wait, it's up, down, there, and then to the center.
Hey, one of the drawers
Right.
popped open.
I'm not a very, religious person myself. I don't really frequent churches, so things like that I kind of have to search my knowledge of movies, where it's been done by.
Mosley. Shit, I dropped my flashlight.
Oh no!
Huh?
Sometime later.
Ouch. Oh, my head. What the hell was that? Mosley's body is gone.
Perhaps Gabriel should pick it up first.
Perhaps the lady narrator should be a little bit less sarcastic, yeah? There is nothing that man cannot jerk, yeah? Guamanja. Cotton.
Gabriel opens the wallet and finds some ID belonging to Mosley and an Americans Repressed card.
Oh, how very clever. Americans repressed.
Where have you been? I was worried about you.
For good reason, apparently.
What happened? Do you need a doctor?
Nothing you want to know about, and no, just some aspirin.
Gabriel, this is nuts. You have to get out of New Orleans.
No kidding.
Well, listen, Wolfgang called while you were out. He said, and I quote, "Tell Gabriel that I found what I was looking for. It's time for me to do my duty. Schloss Ritter is his now." Now call me crazy, but I don't think that's good news.
Not for Uncle Wolfie, no.
What are you gonna do?
If I figure it out, I'll let you know. Didn't Grace?
She did indeed.
The number you have dialed. Please hang up and try.
No redial from there, unfortunately. 09 324 3.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
Let me speak to Uncle Wolfgang, please.
Ah, Herr Knight. He cannot come to speak here.
What do you mean?
I cannot get him. Sorry. Goodbye.
But
Well, that's not really an answer. I can't get him. Why? Well, he can't come. But why? Well, you know.
Gabriel can't.
Gabriel. Come on. Yeah, there we go.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
She did, but we don't want to dial international. We want to travel. Well, we want to dial 555 0113.
Hello, See the World Travel Agency. How may I help you?
How much for a trip to Rittersberg, Germany?
Rittersberg, Germany. Hold on, let me look that up. I can fly you into Munich. That's the closest airport to Rittersberg. You can rent a car from there or take the train. Let's see, the best price I can see for the flight is $1,400. What would you like to do?
Charge it to my Americans repressed.
Yes, sir. And your name was?
Mosley.
Feeling a little guilty, Gabriel gives the travel agent Mosley's card number and is informed that he can pick up his tickets at the Norlands International Airport.
It's time to get international with this investigation. And also, I don't think Mosley will mind us using his credit card.
Got a minute, Greg?
What's up?
If the state of him in the...
Guess what? I'm going to Germany.
Really? That's great. But how on earth can you afford...
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Oh my god. I wouldn't like the sound of that even if you were a man.
I'll miss you too, Grace.
Okay then. Whoops. There we go. Accidentally clicked outside of the borders of the game because it is indeed running in borderless.
Wolfgang?
Hello, my name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Herr Knight! Oh, kommen Sie bitte herein. I mean, come in please, Herr Knight. I was not expecting you. Has Wolfgang sent you here?
Uncle Wolfgang? No, I came to see him. Isn't he here?
No, he is gone. I'm sorry. You came all this way.
No, great. That's all I need.
Herr Knight, Wolfgang told me all about you and gave me instructions for you to feel welcome here. Please, this is your home. You are a Ritter, no? I'm just doing some work. I will continue and you may make yourself comfortable.
Okay
if there's
then.
anything you need, please ask me. You may use Wolfgang's bedroom. It is at the top of the stairs.
Thank you, miss.
You may call me Gerde, Herr Knight.
Alright, so German efficiency. Ooh, lunch. Ooh, salt.
At the moment, Gabriel can't think of a need for the salt.
When has that ever stopped?
Gerda wouldn't appreciate Gabriel messing with her lunch.
Okay, so her lunch is a plate of cold cuts, and I think that's probably some sort of parsley. I think the red bits here and there are probably some sort of cherry tomatoes, and that yellow bit, I think that's some sort of garnish. You know, anyway. I don't I think usually, like, yeah, I mean, this sort of a thing is somewhat commonly seen. It's just there's usually also bread and stuff, you know, with the. I think that's called like a continental breakfast. Which I don't know, like usually if I'm like at a place that serves a selection of breakfasts, then it's usually continental and either the full or the English. And sometimes it's called full English, but anyway. Apparently some sort of a chapel. But yeah, usually it's a situation where the full is not that much more expensive than the continental, and usually just because it has usually access to both.
I don't have to right now. Even if I had to, I wouldn't.
A chamber. Okay, so that's not a chamber. That's a wash basin. Even like in a medieval castle, that would be a wash basin. The chamber pot would be somewhere about the bed. Probably.
The cabinet holds a few items for personal grooming.
No, of course it does. Case.
This scroll looks interesting.
Doesn't it just? But yeah, I mean, the continental breakfast is pretty good. I do like the cold cuts. I do usually enjoy the selection of breads. Cereal not something I'm a massive fan of, but usually there's also muesli, and I quite like that.
Diesen Ziele rein wie Feuer, schreitet Heuer durchs Portal.
Okay, well, I haven't got a fucking clue what that means. Don't speak German. I understand like a paltry amount of German.
Can I ask you a few questions?
But yeah, it's something that, you know, my parents always say, you know, you should learn German, and I go, like, in addition to the languages I already know, because overall I do speak 3 languages.
Tell me about Wolfgang.
I mean, sure, German might be very
Where
useful.
Do you think Wolfgang went?
I don't know, but I have a feeling he has gone off to be Schattenjäger again. He is too old for such chasing around. His heart is very weak. He has not left this castle for 5 years, and now this?
Can you show me Wolfgang's library?
How do you know about his library?
When we talked on the phone, he said he was going to do some research in his library. I thought maybe if I saw what he was researching.
Ah, yeah, a good idea, Herr Knight. But I'm afraid I cannot show you the library. You see, I have never been in it. Only a Schattenjäger can enter the library.
I see.
Okay.
As you like.
Portal poem.
There are some words over the locked door in Wolfgang's bedroom. What do they mean?
Ah, yes. Wolfgang had me translated as part of my English lessons. In English it means, only the purest here may pass. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure as fire. Through this portal passes higher.
Great, thanks.
Okay then. Exit to chapel.
A magnificent stained glass window depicts the legendary battle between St. George and the dragon. Tree panels hang from each side of the chapel. Gabriel can't determine what their purpose might be. Tree panels. The scroll.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night. Upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I avow to sit my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take it for mine own.
Okay, so now can we please nick the salt? Thank you.
Is that a shaker of salt?
Yeah, salt.
Mind if I take it?
No.
Thanks.
Exit to bedroom. Right, so chamber
I
foot.
don't have to, even if I had.
How about you take it?
You handsome
I have
devil,
just
you.
dropped the thing. Anyway, okay, so the scroll has gone there.
The scroll.
Yes, it is very old. Window.
Putting water in my pockets is really gonna...
Gabriel would need a pretty handsome. Outside the window there.
I don't have to, even if I...
Okay, why'd you have to be so fucking
I'm tired.
difficult?
The bed is
Okay, anyway, I'm kind of trying to
Gabriel is
find if there's anything.
a fire.
Yes, yes, yes,
No
thank you.
thanks.
Door. Let's try and open the door. I know
It's
for a
locked.
fact that,
The
yeah,
only way to open that door is with the right key.
Can you tell me about this scroll?
It is the scroll of Saint George, patron saint of England and of the Ritter family.
oh, fair enough, I suppose. Okay, so exit to chapel. So
Tree panel.
there are the panels. First, the first panel depicts the washing of the hands. Second depicts the cutting of the hair. Third depicts a chalice and the ocean, which is why we need the salt. Then we need to drop some blood into the chalice, which is where we need the dagger. Then we need to kneel down, and lastly we need to read the poem. Now, for the first bit, we
Gabriel would
do need to wash our hands in the freaking water. Maybe she can tell us
Yeah.
things about the panels. Yes, she can.
The hangings. They just
Tell me about...
each young man of the Ritter.
Okay.
But what?
I do not know, but I think it must be. Is-
Okay, yeah. So that is. I hope now we can hopefully do it. It's very simple. It's really, yeah. There we go. Excellent, excellent.
Thinking of the first chapel panel, Gabriel washes his hands in the water.
Sisore.
Thinking of the second chapel panel, Gabriel cuts his hair.
I hate this. There. That's plenty.
Gabriel takes the chamber pot.
One thing I will have to say is that I really liked how in the new King's Quest, they kind of had a reasoning as to why the
Thinking of the
inventory
third
can
panel,
hold
Gabriel
all
puts
sorts
the
of stuff.
chamber pot on the altar.
It's not really a chamber pot though, like seriously.
Thinking of the third panel, Gabriel pours the contents of the salt shaker into the chamber pot.
You're a chamber pot. Now we need to...
Thinking of the fourth panel, Gabriel holds his arm over the chamber pot and nicks it with the dagger.
Oh, oops. Nearly hit an artery.
Well, you know, maybe in the future you could just prick a finger. No need to go all dramatic.
Thinking of the sixth panel, Gabriel reads the scroll.
Saint George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night. Upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I avow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take up for mine own. It worked. Something's happening.
Oh, excuse me. I was just vacuuming. I did not know you were in here.
No, that's all right. I've done about all I can do in here anyway. I give up.
You look tired, Herr Knight. Why don't you go to bed?
Sure, why not?
I will clean everything up. You need not worry.
I can't believe I cut my hair for nothing.
That night, Gabriel dreams, unlike every other fucking night. Okay.
Your soul smells, Gabriel Knight. You seek to be Schattenjäger?
I do!
You must first burn away the past. How much sin do you have to burn? You have used people all your life, never committing to anything. Turn back now, and I will forget that you asked for this.
No!
There are only two things that redeem you. First, that you have ritter blood in your veins. Second, that 3 women have loved you purely. You asked to start on the path, so you shall. But you will not be a Schattenjäger until you have earned it.
How?
I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go of the greater part of yourself, Gabriel Knight.
No problem.
Yes, now you ask for purification. You shall have it.
Oh no!
Well, that got slightly trippy. Day 8. Inside a hidden chamber where I had no right to be, I found the wheel at last, or could it be the wheel found me? Well,
What a night. I'm sore all over.
well, there's at least now a key on the, you know, sofa,
I don't believe it.
bench.
It's the key from my dream. It fits.
Books on religion, books on the occult, sociology, archaeology, geography, science, history, Ritter journals.
Although it probably won't shed any light on Wolfgang's whereabouts, Gabriel picks up a book from the Ritter section.
Can't hurt.
This book is entitled Malleus Maleficarum, The Witch Hammer, dated 1486. It's a witch hunter's manual from the Inquisition.
I'm not so sure I'm really interested in knowing about some of my ancestors.
Right, well. Time for a slidey panel puzzle. Which is, you know, if you don't count the Rob X on Y puzzles of this.
It moves.
Okay, so yeah. This is blessedly one of these kind of easy. Does that go there? Yes, it does, which means this will go henceforth here? No, not there. Henceforth that must go there. Well, that goes there, that we know. That the bit's there. Okay, and then that goes there. That goes there. I mean, the bits where you can just do this are, well, I mean, the puzzles where you can do. It kind of adds a degree of tokenism to the game, though. Kind of like, this is a token. This puzzle needs to be here because, you know, a game such as this requires, well, has to have a puzzle like this, even though there's really no reason for it and no one likes them, as it were. Which, you know, it might be slightly cynical to say that no one, as it were, liked these. I think plenty of people like this. It's just that personally I might not see the kind of the inherent value. Which, you know, it's definitely my loss more than anything. No, not like that. Does it go there? It does. It does. So that goes there now.
Gabriel slides the last tile into place, revealing a compelling.
But yeah, I mean, this is basically a thing.
Snake that looks familiar somehow.
Like the first puzzle.
Image in the proper order,
if you don't count the Rob X on Y stuff, which is, you know, fair enough. Although the Rob X on Y stuff is often quite interesting and hard to decipher, strangely enough, but yeah. It's fair enough.
Behind the wall is a shrine to Schottenjäger's past, their weapons, trophies, and legacy.
A Schottenjäger trophy room. Fucking awesome.
Oh! Look who has a fucking potty mouth. Yeah, I know that I curse like a... Anyway. Okay, so let's see if there's stuff that I can recognize. I recognize that that's a fucking waste. That's like that. That's the string's made from sinew, and it's gonna get stretched. It's gonna get ruined if it's taut all the time. Let's see, what are the... Those are hieroglyphics. There seems to be weapons from all over. There's a shuriken next to a sickle, and I think that there is either Mayan or Aztec. It could be Incan, to be honest. So, but one of the like the great civilizations of South America, which interesting. And there's even the head of a dragon. But there's also the People's Republic of Benin.
Gabriel pulls out a book entitled People's Republic of Benin and scans through it. The People's Republic of Benin is an area of rich and diverse cultures and a proud heritage. Before slaves devastated many tribes, this area was populated by some of the oddest, fiercest, and most powerful tribes in tribal Africa. The Fons, the Dahomis, and the terrible
The Dahomey.
The book The Primal Ones by John Roots provides insight into these fascinating cultures.
Okay, so the book The Primal Ones. Although, and here's the thing, like before slavery devastated these cultures, and yeah, knowing that even like in a book like that, the agree are called terrible, there's a good fucking chance that, you know, they were beaten and then sold to slavery by neighboring tribes.
Certain tribes of the southwest were vicious and xenophobic. This part of Africa is called the Red Basin area because of the vast amount of bloodshed that occurred there over the centuries. In this one area of Africa existed, in a perpetual state of war and raiding, some of the most powerful and efficient fighters the world has ever seen. Why did this region inspire such violent behavior? To understand, one must look even further back. See Ancient Roots of Africa by Early Days.
Okay, so that I think is going to be in history then. Incidentally,
Ancient Roots of Africa and browses through. The ferocity of the tribes in the Red Basin region is traceable to their predecessors. In Egyptian time, 4000 to 2000 BC, this region was ruled by powerful sun worshippers. We know a little about this mysterious cult by the remnants of ruins far older and of a culture far more advanced than any that exists in Africa today. See Sun Worshippers by A. Curate.
Sorry, what was that book?
Gabriel removes the... We know... See Sun Worshippers by
Sun Worshippers, so that would be religion or occult. It's religion. So, yeah, because sun worshipping is a religion.
One of the most earliest religious practices was that of sun worship. The most powerful cults of sun worshippers lived on the continent of Africa. The African sun god was violent and terrible, and so became his worshippers. They practiced a particularly bloody form of ritual sacrifice. The homeland of this ancient cult is still considered a sacred site of power. See Ancient Digs of Africa by Professor Seymour Shards.
Sorry, what book?
The African... The home... Gabriel, one of the most... The Africans... The homeland of this ancient...
Ancient Digs, okay. So, archaeology. Speaking of the, like the
takes Ancient Digs of Africa and opens it. The most fascinating archaeological site in Africa is the Great Snake Mound in the People's Republic of Benin, located 50 miles south of the capital in the Red Basin. Like the snake mounds of North America, the origin and meaning of these great mounds remains a mystery, though clearly they were the result of profound and urgent spiritual belief. Unlike other snake mounds, the African example is a double snake mound, a small snake ring within a larger snake ring. The mound is thought to have housed an ancient temple. Although archaeologists explored the mound site, the interior remains largely unchanged from ancient times. This is partially due to stringent government regulations and partially to local superstition. The local people regard the mound with fear and won't go near it.
A double snake ring?
Gabriel flips furiously, looking for a picture.
Oh my god. It's a wheel within a wheel.
Gabriel decides to hang on to the Snake Mound book.
Okay, so to Africa then. Deadliest Warrior, which is a shit show but oddly entertaining, had an episode where they, I think, had a Zulu warrior, and that was quite interesting. Like, you know.
I found this book in the library. I think it might tell us where Wolfgang went.
Africa? You think Wolfgang went to Africa?
I know he did.
Then I shall make you a plane trip right now, yeah?
Well, I guess so.
Good, good. My poor Wolfgang. You have money for the plane, yeah?
Are you sure that...
I manage Wolfgang's books, I am quite sure. Have you any money?
I know. We can use his credit card.
Terrific. I will go make the call. Then, while we wait, breakfast.
Does that mean I can get some coffee now?
Coffee and possibly currywurst. There is something great to be said about a good currywurst. Like, besides, overall, I find that food is one of the most accessible ways to Day 9, and then the wheel went round and round. I could not find my way. 12 and 3 and turn the key, I heard the madman say. Anyway, food I find to be one of the most accessible ways to experience other cultures, and speaking of other cultures, we are now in Africa, in the People's Republic of Benin. And I think we found the...
Wheel within a wheel.
You want I stay here, right? It's a long walk back to the city.
Probably is, yeah.
Sure. Wait here, please. I may be a while, though.
No problem. I could use a nap.
The driver looks like he might be a really, really pale Middle Eastern bloke, but anyway, this is where we end for this episode. Naturally, it has already been nearly 50 minutes. So, thank you for joining me, and please join me next time when we explore the wheel within the wheel, the great snake ring within a snake ring. And we are clearly getting on with the story, considering that there are now less than 100 of those little Schattenjäger points, little puzzle points, to go around. So, thank you for joining me, and goodbye.